summer 2023, I'm spending the afternoon at the beach lodge in Zanzibar. I see an elderly man struggling to take pictures of his wife, so I ask him, "Do you want me to take that picture for you?" His wife smiles, looks relieved, and she nods. Finally, she would have the kind of photos she can show when she gets back home. I take the photos and we start talking. Then one of the friends walks over to us and joins our conversation. "I came from Cape Town," he says. "My friends brought me here to celebrate my 60th birthday." A few minutes into the conversation, we exchange numbers and he tells me, "If you ever decide to visit Cape Town, just let me know." But what I don't know at that moment is that this random interaction will lead to one of the biggest opportunities of my life, and it all started with a single photo. A year later, I'm in Cape Town enjoying South Africa for the very first time. It was my first experience there, and a week in, I'm getting ready for lunch I have to go to. I knock on the door of this house and the same man from Zanzibar opens the door for me. I'm having lunch with his family and his business partners. We have beautiful conversations about life, growth, his journey. They asked me questions about my journey, so it was just a beautiful exchange we had. A little bit later, we sat at the dinner table and he says to me, "You're here because something is missing. I see it in you because I felt the same way too." His wife later then hands me the book he wrote, full of deep thoughts I will later get lost in. A couple of hours later, when I'm about to leave and standing at the door, he comes over, we give each other a big hug and we exchange gratitude. And I say to him, "I'm so grateful for this day and the time with you and your family. I'm looking forward to see you all again and appreciate everything about today." And he answered that everything in life happens for a reason, and I'm very happy to get to know you as a person. A month later, I'm back in Nairobi, but I can't stop thinking about Cape Town. The beautiful conversations I had, the experience I made, even we made a road trip from Cape Town all the way to Namibia, to Namibia's coastal town. So it was so beautiful and an amazing experience to be in these scenery, with these conversations, with the people I met. So for me, just everything was perfect about this trip. So I feel like at some point that I see myself even moving there to Cape Town. I wasn't sure how at that point, but still I felt like that Cape Town might be the next step for me. And it's just such a beautiful city. At least the time I had there for this 1 month, I felt like this was my new home, or this is where I at least could see myself living for the next couple of years. So I reach out to him again. I tell him I'm thinking about moving to Cape Town. He messaged me back and he tells me that we should have a phone call quite soon. And I was excited because it was just a beautiful relationship we had built, even when we just met twice. And the first time was just a couple of minutes, but the second time was, I think, like around 8 hours or something. We just talked the whole time, and it was just nice, just very relieving and calm, and it felt like in the end that we met each other, not just maybe 8 hours ago, but like 8 years ago or something. So it was just a beautiful conversation. So I was quite curious to talk to him again, to just exchange and like to see what he has to say about the idea I have in my mind. And while we were having this phone call, he was offering me an opportunity that was at that time so fascinating for me, that someone like him, because he is someone who reached everything he wanted to reach in life, like financially, spirituality, like emotionally, like he felt just like a very wise person. And I felt like that he comes and offers this opportunity to me, felt like such an amazing chance at that time. It might have been a way for me to grow faster, to have a mentor who actually supports me at that time, who just shows me a quicker path to the success I'm looking for and I'm grinding for the whole time anyways. So now I'm torn in between to stay in Nairobi or to start over in Cape Town. And I'm just not sure about, because this new opportunity seems so nice, and even also because I just came from Cape Town. It was just, I think, a month or something after I just came back to Nairobi that I got this offer. I think I was still in my memory so much into the beauty of the city and the experiences I made while living there or while staying there, that I was really torn to say yes 100%. I was just looking for reasons that would satisfy myself to validate the decision that I would go to Cape Town and leave the things I started to build here and start over again in maybe just a new place, something that looks shinier and better, because I also just came from there from a vacation. And I think it's also partly that I was telling myself that the grass might be greener while living there, because I just experienced how beautiful the city was. So I was already researching. I started to look into the visa process with the job opportunity he gave me to be mentored by him. I was like, this sounds like such an incredible thing at that time. And I anyways can do the business I do online, so I still could manage my clients and everything from while living in Cape Town. So I was looking for a way to make this possible. I was in the research process. I had conversations with lawyers from South Africa about immigration, what I could do, how I could manage and everything. Until the day comes when I just take off a weekend and stay at a quiet farm, like a little bit outside of Nairobi. It's very peaceful. It's like a farm with a big house, a pool. Everything is very quiet and peaceful. It's like nothing like Nairobi. And this is finally when I can reflect on everything. So I was really, the first time in a while, not working, not researching, not doing anything else than just being and being present and reading, swimming, going for walks. When I then met the farm owner who came over to us there, and we just had a simple chat, and he was telling us about all the things he did here for his country, and the reason why he came back from the UK to come back and to invest and spend his time here in Kenya to build life with purpose. And I started slowly to understand the opportunities, or like I slowly saw why I was trying to leave, because I think it was rather like an escape for me than like just focusing on what I tried to build here for the whole time. Even if things take longer or took longer than I thought in the beginning, I think it was more like an escape for me than anything else. And slowly I started to look at what I've already built here in Kenya, the connections, the relationships, the systems, my life, everything, what I started to build here for the last 2 years. And I was wondering if I'm really done here, or if this might be just me trying to look for a shortcut that makes things just easier for me, instead of just going my own path and trying to continue to pave my own path. And after the conversation with the owner of the farm, without him saying it, he left me with the thoughts that maybe I'm not done here yet. So a couple of days after the farm stay, I had more time to reflect, and now I reached out back to the person who gave me this opportunity, and I tell him that even if I agreed already and that I said yes and tried to figure out the immigration process, that I have to stay here in Kenya. I'm still honored, but I have to go my own path, and I think that I know now what is really important for me and what is the right way for me. And the nice thing is that everything, the respect still remained mutual, and he was just wishing me all the best and success because he sees the potential, or saw the potential in me. He was just trying to offer me a way to unleash this, or like to continue to grow in a different field, because he saw himself in me somehow. What's also quite interesting, from someone who's like already like almost 3 times the age of me. So it was very, very beautiful to encounter him, and like him giving me even this opportunity. It showed me also that I have the potential. If someone like him gives me a chance like this, that I maybe just try to look outward to see things and to try simply just to look for a shortcut. It was simply me looking for a shortcut, is what I understood at that point. After I sent that message, I felt a little bit heavy, but also kind of relieved, because now I just said no to someone who wanted to give me something and like wanted to push me in the right direction. I felt also relieved because now I can understand that sometimes the next part of growth that's necessary doesn't come from chasing new things, but rather like finding the path you are on and finding the things that you truly care about, that makes you grow, and that are just laid out the foundation for everything that is coming at this moment and will come in the future. And to draw another lesson from this is that I really can now truly appreciate what I have been building myself for the last couple of years, the growth I have made over the last couple of years, like reflecting back on everything, looking back at my old diaries, my video diaries I made, and the journal entries I made. It's just very much impressive when I look at this growth at that point, but now I was looking just for like a shortcut, a quick alternative to grow. And now I can really say that I appreciate that I'm still here, that I'm still building my life here, and that this is the path I am choosing for myself at this point. Now let me ask you, have you ever felt that urge to move even when you're not done yet? Or have you confused boredom with misalignment? What was my case, for instance, because I thought it's time to move on, to look for something else, to look for the next shiny thing. What felt later on like this was just misalignment, and I later just had to get myself back on track. So now I can say I finally understand why I'm still here, to build my things my way. And yeah, I hope this message helped you a little bit. I appreciate you watching, and I see you in the next video.